Okay. So today we're diving into something that I think a lot of people have probably wondered about at some point,
Hmm.
especially if you've ever spent any time in a school or, even just thinking about how people learn. Like, why is it
Yeah.
that sometimes teachers who we know, like, they're passionate, they're dedicated, they want the best for their students, why do they sometimes have a hard time really like fully embracing new ways of teaching,
Right.
even when, they agree with the ideas and think they're trying them out?
Yeah. And even when they think they're doing it, like they think they're implementing the new ideas, but it
Yeah.
doesn't quite look like it.
It's not quite there, right?
Yeah, it should be.
So we're going to dig into that today and try to really get at like, what are those things that make it easier or harder for a teacher to really, adapt and grow and change the way they do things in their classroom?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's something that we can all relate to, right? Like
Yeah.
as learners, like we're all lifelong learners in a sense.
Cool.
And so I think looking at this kind of this research can help us understand our own
Oh, totally.
processes as well.
Yeah, definitely. And to kind of guide this deep dive, we'll be looking really closely at this article by Michelle Gregoire.
Right.
It's called, "Is It a Challenge or a Threat? A Dual Process Model of Teachers' Cognition and Appraisal Processes During Conceptual Change."
That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful, but it's a good one.
It is.
So one of the things that really jumped out at me at the very beginning of this article was this idea of like this gap
Yes.
between, what teachers say they value and what they actually do in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
And they give this great example
Yes.
of a teacher named Mrs. O,
This is O.
a second-grade mathematics teacher.
Oh, second grade. Okay.
Yeah, I was picturing like high school
Oh, really?
for some reason when I was reading it. But yeah, second grade. Okay.
Yeah, she was totally on board with like these ideas of, problem-solving focused classrooms.
Yeah, like constructivist kind of,
Exactly. Yeah, constructivist math.
as like the NCTM, like the big.
The National Council of Teachers of Mathematics.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah. They've been pushing for this kind of approach for a while now.
for a long time.
Yeah, and she was like, yes, I love this idea, hands-on learning,
Right.
making sense of math.
Right.
And she even got all these new materials.
Right. New textbooks, new manipulatives, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. But then when they actually looked at like what was happening in her classroom,
Right.
it still looked really traditional.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was still focusing on getting the right answer
Right.
as quickly as possible.
Speed and accuracy.
Yeah, and it's like, wait a minute, like that's not really the point of constructivist math,
It's really not.
right? The whole idea is to like let kids explore
You
and
see-
connections.
Yeah, build their own understanding.
Exactly, build their own understanding.
Yeah.
It's not about memorizing the steps.
No.
It's about understanding the concepts.
Right. And I think what's really important here is that Mrs. O is not alone.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Like, this is not like a...
This is not like Mrs. O is a bad teacher.
Right.
This is like a,
This is a very common phenomenon.
yeah, it's a pattern,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they actually cited a bunch of other research
Right.
in math education from like
Ball.
Freikolm, all
Yeah.
these people who've seen this same thing
Yep. Yep.
over and over again. And it's not even just in math.
No, it's not.
Like it's across the board.
Science, language arts?
Yeah, you see this push for like deeper understanding,
Yeah.
conceptual learning, moving away from just rote memorization. And
Yeah.
yet we still see teachers kind of falling back on those old ways of doing things.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that the article really starts to unpack is like, okay,
Yeah.
why is this happening, right? Like, what's going on here? Because you would think if teachers agree that these new approaches are good for kids, like,
Okay.
why aren't they doing them? And one of the first things that they bring up
Yeah.
is this idea of teacher beliefs.
Oh, yeah.
So teachers have,
Beliefs are huge.
they're huge.
Yeah.
Teachers have really strong, often very deeply held beliefs about the subjects that they teach,
Yeah.
about how learning works,
Yeah.
about what's important to know and be able to do. And
Yeah. And sometimes even like what a good student looks like,
absolutely. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And so,
like what does it mean to be good at math?
right. What does it mean to be a good reader?
Yeah.
What does it mean to be a good scientist?
Right.
And so these beliefs act kind of like a filter,
okay.
right? So if there's a new teaching method that's being presented to teachers and it kind of clashes with these existing beliefs,
Yeah.
it can create a lot of resistance.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Right.
Like if you fundamentally believe that math is about getting the right answer, and then somebody tells you, no, it's about like exploring and like making these connections. It's like, wait, what?
It feels wrong.
Yeah.
Right? It feels wrong.
It feels like you're doing something wrong. And it's interesting too, because I think a lot of times these beliefs are so ingrained
Yes.
that teachers aren't even aware of them.
They're not even conscious of them.
Right. It's just like, this is the way math is.
It's just how it
This
is.
is how you teach science.
Right. And it's important to note, too, I think that these beliefs aren't necessarily bad things.
No, not at all.
Right.
Like they actually serve a purpose.
Yeah, they help teachers kind of navigate the complexities of teaching.
Right. It's like a,
It's a really, really complex job.
yeah, it's a shortcut, right?
It's a shortcut.
It's like,
yeah.
okay, if this is what I believe,
Mhm.
then this is how I'm going to teach it, and that's how I make decisions in the moment.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a way of simplifying the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just like a lack of willingness to change.
Right.
It's like these beliefs are really powerful.
They are.
But then the question becomes like, okay, why are they so hard to change?
Right.
You would think that if you present somebody with, compelling evidence,
Yeah.
a new way of doing something,
Right. Research that shows this is a better approach.
yeah, better approach, that they would be like, oh, I'm going to shift my thinking.
Well, wouldn't that be nice?
Right.
Would be nice.
That's not really how it works, though, is it?
It's not really how it works.
So why is that?
Well, so changing beliefs, it's not like installing a software update on a computer.
Okay.
It's not like you just get the new information and
Plug it in, you're good to go.
you're good to go. It's
Yeah.
a much more complex process than that.
Okay.
And researchers like Chin and Brewer have done a lot of work on this, and they found that when people encounter information that goes against their existing beliefs,
Yeah.
they don't necessarily just change their minds.
Right.
They have a whole range of options.
Okay.
Right? So they might ignore the new information.
Okay.
They might just completely dismiss it.
Okay.
Right?
I've seen that happen.
They might decide that it's not relevant to them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like, oh, that's interesting, but that doesn't apply to me. They might even try to reinterpret the information in a way that fits with their existing beliefs.
Okay.
So kind of twisting it
Interesting.
to make it work with what they already think.
Yeah, like mental gymnastics.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it's not a simple, straightforward process.
Right.
And think about teachers who are just starting out.
Yeah.
Right? They've spent years as students themselves,
Mhm.
and those experiences as students have a huge impact on their beliefs about teaching and learning.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
for sure. Like,
Yeah.
you think about your favorite teacher,
Exactly.
and, like, that's probably who you're modeling yourself after.
Yeah, and you think about your least favorite teacher.
Right.
And you're like, I'm never going to do that.
I'm going to do the opposite of that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
I-
those experiences are really powerful.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we've got these beliefs.
Right.
They're powerful.
They are.
They're hard to change.
Yeah.
But you would think, like, okay, teaching, it's all about, what works.
Right.
It's data-driven.
It should be.
It's rational, right?
Yeah, it's evidence-based.
It's evidence-based.
Right.
But is it really just like that?
Well, and that's the thing, is that it's not just about these cognitive barriers.
Okay.
Right?
So what else is going on?
There's a whole emotional dimension to this as well.
Okay. Emotions?
Emotions.
Okay.
Yeah, so researchers like Hargreaves,
Okay.
Lazarus, and Folkman have pointed out that teaching is not this purely rational activity.
Yeah.
It's actually deeply connected to emotions,
Uh-huh.
right? The classroom is an emotionally charged environment.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and teachers invest so much of themselves
Mm-hmm.
in their work.
Yeah.
They care deeply about their students. They want to do a good job.
Yeah.
And so when they're faced with new ideas about teaching,
Mm-hmm.
it can trigger a whole range of emotions.
Okay.
Right, so you hear stories of teachers feeling really excited and energized by new lesson ideas, right? They're like, oh, this is amazing. I can't wait to try this.
Yeah, I love that.
But you also hear stories of teachers feeling really scared and uncertain when they try to implement significant changes.
Oh, yeah.
Right? They might worry about how their students will perform.
Right.
They might worry about how they'll manage their classroom.
Yeah, what if it blows up in my face?
Exactly. What if I can't handle this?
Right. They might even question their own abilities as teachers,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like, am I even good at this?
Yeah.
Am I even cut out for this?
Imposter syndrome?
Imposter syndrome, right?
Oh, yeah. All the time.
It's very common among teachers, I think.
Totally.
And especially when you're trying something new and it's not going well.
Right. And you have like all the pressures of, test scores. And
Test scores,
sheets of-
parent expectations,
Just-
administrator expectations.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. So bringing in something new, it's not just like, okay, here's a new worksheet.
Right.
It's like, This could completely change how I see myself as a teacher.
Exactly, and how I feel about my job.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a very personal thing,
Yeah.
and it's potentially very threatening.
Okay, so we've got the beliefs.
Yes.
We've got the emotions.
Mm-hmm.
How do we put it all together?
Well, that's where this model that Gregoire introduces comes in.
Okay.
It's called the Cognitive Affective Model of Conceptual Change, or CAMCC for short.
Okay, CMCC, I like it.
CMCC, it's a good one.
Yeah.
And what this model does is it brings together the cognitive aspects of how teachers' beliefs change
Okay.
with those really important motivational and emotional factors that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
So it's trying to look at the whole picture.
Okay, so let's dive into this key MCC.
Okay, let's do it.
What are like the main takeaways
Yeah.
that can help us understand why teachers, even when they're well-intentioned,
Mm-hmm.
even when they want to change,
Yeah.
why is it still so hard?
Right. Well, so one of the things that the CMNCC really emphasizes is the crucial role of how a teacher initially views or judges a new form idea.
Okay.
Right? So do they see it as a manageable challenge, something that could lead to growth and improvement, or do they see it as a threat?
Okay, challenge versus threat.
Challenge versus threat.
I like that.
Right. So a threat to how they see themselves as a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
to their current way of doing things,
Yeah.
their sense of being competent.
Yeah.
And Gregoire argues that this initial judgment or appraisal
Heck.
is heavily influenced by two main things.
Okay.
A teacher's sense of efficacy.
Okay.
So how confident they are in their own ability to actually successfully implement the new approach.
Okay, so self-efficacy.
Self-efficacy.
Got it.
And the resources that they have available to them,
Uh-huh.
right? So things like time for planning,
Yeah.
a good understanding of the subject matter, support from colleagues or school leaders.
So if you feel like you have the knowledge, the time, the support,
Yeah,
you're more likely to see it as a challenge.
exactly.
Okay.
And if you're lacking in those areas, you're more likely to see it as a threat.
Yeah, because it feels overwhelming.
It feels overwhelming.
It feels scary.
Yeah, like I can't possibly do this.
Right.
I don't have what I need.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So that initial reaction
Yeah.
to a new idea is really, really critical.
Okay, so then what?
Right. So once a teacher has kind of made that initial judgment about whether this is a challenge or a threat,
Mm-hmm.
the CMMCC outlines two main ways that they might process the new information.
Oh, two paths.
Two paths.
Got it.
The first one is called heuristic processing.
Heuristic processing.
Heuristic processing. And this often happens when a teacher has a quick, positive gut reaction to a reform.
Okay.
Right? So maybe it sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Maybe it seems to fit with some of their existing ideas on the surface.
Yeah.
Or it could also happen if they perceive the reform as a threat and they just want to avoid really thinking deeply about it.
Okay, so it's like either I love it and I'm not going to think too hard about it, or I hate it and I'm not going to think too hard about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So in both cases, they're not really engaging deeply with the new idea.
Okay.
And this type of processing, it relies on shortcuts,
Okay.
feelings,
Mm-hmm.
existing biases.
Right, so it's not like really analytical.
Not super analytical, no.
Okay.
And it can lead to what's called assimilation
Assimilation.
or superficial belief change.
Okay, so what does that mean?
So this means that the teacher might adopt some of the outward changes,
Okay.
right? So they might start using the new materials.
Okay.
They might start using the new language,
Mhm.
but without really altering their core beliefs
Yeah.
about how teaching and learning work.
So they're doing the thing, but they're not thinking the thing.
They're doing the thing, but they're not thinking the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So they haven't really changed their fundamental understanding.
I feel like I've seen that a lot.
Oh, it's very common.
Yeah.
Right. And it's one of the reasons why reforms often don't have the impact that people hope for.
Right, because it's like, oh, we gave them the new stuff.
Right.
They're using the new stuff. We're good.
But it's not enough.
But it's not actually changing anything.
Yeah. It's not changing the underlying beliefs.
Yeah, and that sounds a lot like Mrs. O.
It does sound a lot like Mrs. O.
Right. She had the new materials. She was using them.
Yeah.
But her belief about math being about right answers didn't change.
Right. So she might have thought she was implementing the reform.
Yeah.
But it was really just assimilation.
Wow. Okay, so that's one path.
That's one path.
What's the other path?
The other path is called systematic processing.
Systematic processing.
Systematic processing.
Okay.
And this is more likely to happen when a teacher views the reform as a manageable challenge.
Okay, so they're not threatened.
They're not threatened by it. They feel like they can handle it.
Okay.
They have the support they need.
Okay.
And this involves a much deeper engagement with the new idea. So it's not just a surface level, oh, this looks interesting.
Right.
It's really digging in,
Okay.
examining the principles, what it would really mean to implement this in my classroom.
So it's thoughtful. It's reflective.
It's thoughtful. It's reflective.
Ah.
And this kind of processing has the potential to lead to true conceptual change.
Okay, so that's what we want.
That's what we want. That's the goal.
Okay.
Right. And this true conceptual change is called accommodation.
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 Got it.
So this is where teachers are genuinely rethinking
Okay.
and restructuring their understanding and their beliefs about teaching and learning.
Okay, so how do we get them there?
Right. That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
So how do we encourage that systematic processing
Yeah.
and help teachers move towards that deeper level of understanding and actual implementation?
Yeah, give me the recipe.
Well, there's no magic recipe, unfortunately.
Okay.
But the CMCC does give us some really practical ideas.
Okay.
So one major focus needs to be on building teachers' sense of efficacy.
Okay.
Right. So this isn't just about cheerleading and telling them they can do it.
Yeah.
It's about providing real opportunities for them to experience success with these new practices in their classrooms.
Okay.
So giving them the support,
Yeah.
guidance, the resources to actually try things out
Okay.
and see that they can be successful.
Okay, so like small wins.
Small wins, exactly.
Build up to the big wins.
Yeah, and along with that, expert feedback is really crucial.
Okay.
So having someone who knows the new approach well,
Okay.
who can observe the teacher,
Yeah.
give them specific feedback,
Yeah.
help them refine their practice.
So it's not just like, try this new thing, good luck.
No.
It's like, try this new thing. Let me help you.
Let me help you. Let me support you.
Let's work on it together.
Exactly.
Okay.
And ongoing support is also really important.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. So it's not just a one-time workshop.
Right.
It's sustained support over time.
Okay.
And another really important thing is to acknowledge that these new reforms can sometimes feel like a threat to a teacher's professional identity.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So it's not just about the practical aspects of teaching.
Mm-hmm.
It's about how they see themselves
Yeah.
as a teacher.
Right.
So being sensitive to that
Yep.
and openly addressing those concerns
Mm-hmm.
can help to lower those emotional barriers.
Okay, so like validating their feelings.
Validating their feelings, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And another really important thing is how the reform is framed.
Okay.
Framing.
Got
So
it.
making it clear how these changes make sense.
Okay.
How they're achievable.
Yeah.
And most importantly, how they will clearly lead to better learning for their students.
Okay.
Because ultimately, teachers are driven by what's best for their students,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
So if they can see clear evidence
Okay.
that this new approach is going to lead to better outcomes for their kids, they're much more likely to engage with it
That makes sense.
in a systematic way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's important to remember that just having the desire to change is not enough.
Right. Right. Like, you can want it all you want.
Yeah, yeah.
If you don't have the tools,
Yeah.
if you don't have support,
Yeah, you need the time, you need the resources, you
Yeah.
need the knowledge,
it's not going to happen.
and you need to feel like you can actually do it.
So what does that look like?
So teachers need sufficient time for reflection on their practice.
Okay.
So time to think about
Time to
what they're doing,
Okay.
why they're doing it,
Yeah.
how it's going.
Right.
They need high-quality professional development
Okay.
that doesn't just tell them what to do,
Right.
but explains the why behind the new methods.
Oh, the why, that's so important.
The why is so important.
Yeah.
And they need adequate resources. So
Excellent.
they don't feel overwhelmed and unsupported
Yeah.
when they're trying to figure things out on their own.
It's like setting them up for success.
Shooting them up for success, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also worth mentioning that Gregoire touches on this idea of teachers' epistemological beliefs.
Oh, yeah.
So their beliefs about the nature of knowledge itself
Okay.
can also play a significant role
Oh, that's interesting.
in how open they are to these different kinds of reforms.
Okay, so tell me more about that.
Yeah, so if a teacher believes that knowledge is fixed and absolute,
Okay.
right, that there's one right answer,
Right.
they might be less receptive
Okay.
to reforms that emphasize inquiry-based learning or
Yeah.
student-centered approaches.
Right.
Because those approaches kind of challenge that notion of knowledge as being fixed.
Right. It's saying no knowledge is constructed.
Right. It's about building understanding.
Yeah, it's messy.
It's messy,
Yeah.
and it's not always clear-cut.
Right.
Whereas if a teacher believes that knowledge is more fluid
Okay.
and that learning is about constructing understanding,
Hmm.
they might be more open to those kinds of reforms.
Okay, so it's like how you view knowledge in general
Absolutely.
can influence how you view teaching.
Yeah, and how you view learning.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
So we've got this model,
Right.
the CMCC.
You see MMCC?
It's really like painting this picture
Yeah.
of all these different
It's
factors,
complex.
right? It's not just like, do teachers want to change or not? It's like
There's so much more to it.
there are so many things at play.
Yeah.
It's beliefs, it's emotions,
Yeah.
it's the context,
It's the support they have.
the support. They have the resources.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot.
Okay, so I think we've really like dug into this idea of why adopting new teaching methods is so challenging,
Yeah.
even for well-intentioned teachers.
Even for the best teachers.
Right. And it's clearly not as simple as just, giving them a new textbook or sending
Yeah.
them to a workshop.
Yeah.
It really requires a deep understanding
Yeah.
of their perspectives,
Mm-hmm.
building their confidence,
Yes.
giving them the support they need,
Ongoing support.
ongoing support,
Yeah.
and then really clearly communicating why these changes are important
And how they can actually do it.
and how to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a process.
It is a process.
Yeah.
So as we kind of wrap up here,
Mm-hmm.
I think what's really fascinating to think about is
Yeah.
the next time you encounter a new idea
Mm.
or a challenge in your own work or even just in your life,
Right.
right? Like, do you see it as a threat
Yeah.
or an opportunity?
Right.
And how do you think, like, your own confidence,
Yeah.
the resources you have,
Absolutely.
how does that shape how you see that new thing?
Yeah. And how willing you are to really engage with it.
And then ultimately, like, are you able to learn and grow and adapt?
Yeah. And I think that's what's so powerful about this research is that it's not just about teachers.
Yeah.
It's about all of us as learners.
Right. We're all kind of going through this process
We are.
all the time.
Yeah.
So that's something to think about.
Definitely something to think about.
Okay. Well, that's our deep dive for today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this was great.
It was fun.
Always a pleasure.
Likewise.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening.
Yeah.